Hey, watchers, welcome back. We're watching whatever. I'm Nathan.
I'm Danny.
We're back here with The Glory, episode 10. Again, this show is new to Danny, and I've been very excited to show Danny this because he never got a chance to watch it. I know he and his wife tried to watch it before, but I guess your wife couldn't really handle the show, and it got her too frustrated,
Yeah, I know. I felt like
and
that
she
too.
couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I've been really excited to show Danny this show. I really enjoyed it, so wanted him to watch it. So we're getting a chance here. So we did episode 9, and the question we've had, there's a few questions now, right? And one of them is with Yeonjin's husband Do-Young. Is he is he a good person? Is he gonna side with Dong-eun, or is he gonna, for the sake of his reputation and his family, he's gonna side with his wife, right? And we've also come to see that all the mothers in the show are actually like they're actually pretty crazy and kind of gangster, right? And we Yo-Jung's mom telling him like, "Hey, if revenge is gonna bring you peace, go for it and do it." So, and we also see how Yeonjin is kind of doubling down on everything now, right? And the episode 9 ended with her confronting what is her name? Miss Hyunnam, the lady who has that abusive husband that is working with Do-Young, Dong-eun, and so Yeonjin confronts her, right? She finds out who she is, and that's where we ended off with. Any thoughts on episode 9 and what's upcoming in episode 10?
I was just thinking like if you know how Tolan said like, yeah, just out of respect for your husband, or the fact that your husband showed me respect, I gave you a chance to like kind of end all of this. But I was wondering if she actually went to her husband, like if they were like, like if she was being honest and she said, I have this opportunity to like to kind of do the right thing. I was
Mm-hmm.
wondering if he would say, yeah, you should do it or not, I think that would have been an interesting kind of. I mean, it would totally change the show, obviously, but I feel like that would have been an interesting, like conversation. We would totally see both of the characters in that situation. Curious to see what he's gonna do. But my money now, I'm not betting that the doctor's a bad guy anymore, but I think Yeonjin's husband's gonna become like part of the main foils. I think he's I think he's gonna try to help his wife beat Tonglin. That's my prediction right now. All right.
Okay.
Anyway,
And what do you think is gonna happen with Hyunnam, the
Hyunnam.
lady?
Ah, I think she's gonna end up giving up all that like the pictures and all that stuff to Yunjin, and Yunjin's gonna try to like see like how she can defend herself against all the information that they have, and then but in the end she's going to like have something hidden, something that she hasn't shared or whatever, that's gonna be kind of a part of the checkmate kind of like situation. That's my guess. Um,
Okay, very interesting. All right, so yeah, everyone on YouTube who's watching, this is a cut down. Our full length reaction and commentary is available on our Patreon. Please subscribe and like to the channel and leave us a comment. Everyone who is following us and watching us on Patreon, thank you for supporting us and joining us. Now we're gonna get on to the show, episode 10 of The Glory. I just noticed at the beginning where it shows a younger Dong-eun and the cherry blossoms,
uh-huh.
the cherry blossoms and everything is kind of colorless,
Ah,
right?
okay.
Where Yeonjin's daughter, when she was painting were coloring the cherry
All
blossoms, how she
right.
also left them blank.
That's very nice. Yeah, very nice. I don't remember if we talked about this before, but obviously like the same writer kind of wrote this whole show. or at least she gets credit for writing the whole show. Does the same director direct every episode of the show too?
Yeah, same director, same writer.
Wow. Okay.
So usually Korean dramas, from what I know, they don't really change directors per episode like American shows do.
Okay.
At the shop. I really do like how they made his character so calculating.
Right.
좁고 문 밖엔 누군가 있고
너랑 난 뜨겁고.
That realization.
Right.
Oh.
문동은 집에 온갖 사진이 붙어 있어. 딱 이 얼굴만 모르겠더라고.
어떻게 찾아내셨어요?
문동은 앞으로 차가 2대야.
She had to know that she has help.
일을 너무 부지런히 해서 들켰네요. 원하시는 게 뭔지 말씀하세요. 근데 혹시라도 제 남편한테 한마디라도 들어가면 저도 가만 안 있어요.
이선아. 왜? 넌 내 딸 사진 찍어도 되고 난 네 딸 학교 조사도 못해? 넌 내 딸 학교 가도 되고 난 입으로 뱉지도 마?
제발 애는 사모님. 네.
이제 계산이 좀 서? 아줌마 컨... 번호가 이미 있네? 그게 통했구나. 아줌마가 죽이고 싶은 사람 남편, 문동훈이 죽이고 싶은 사람 나. 네 남편 내가 죽여줄게. 대신 앞으로 내가 시키는 건 뭐든 하는 거야.
I wonder if she considered this.
엄마 왜 그래? 어디 가는 건데?
I'm actually glad about that scene because it shows that Yeonjin isn't quite as like dim-witted as they kind of portrayed her initially. You know?
Did they?
Well, I mean, not that she was dim-witted, but to me, it didn't feel like she was as calculating as this.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because it was always Dong-eun who was very calculating.
Right, right.
So at least it shows now that Yeonjin is. Before she wasn't really a threat. She was just a bully who had money.
Right.
But now there's an actual threat to her.
Right.
지금은 아무것도 묻지 말고 그냥 엄마가 시키는 대로 해줘. 엄마 진짜 개멋있어.
나는 무엇이 감각에 시간도 프리즈 투명하게 할 때.
Man, I miss the jungle gym.
우리 오늘 학년회의 있는데
연락을 못 받았는데요.
5시 경실.
How's this fool gonna play into the story? Oh, is she gonna become an ally with
My question is, why does he have such a hatred for her?
문 선생님이 다 좀 해보면 되겠다. 그지?
혼자 다요?
우린 그렇게 정리했는데.
So again,
불만 있으면
attracting the crazies.
Mhm.
Got another bully on her hand.
Yeah.
이게 제일 비싼 거 맞죠?
애가 몇 살이에요?
8살이요?
아 예쁘겠다. 근데 요즘 애 있는 집에서는 개 안 키우던데.
왜요?
아니 요즘 젊은 사람들 애들 기관지에 안 좋다 해서 털 있는 동물 안 키우고 뭐 그렇지 않나?
What do you do? What do you do? Well, luckily your dogs don't shed.
Yeah.
잠깐 주차장에 좀 나가 보셔야 할 것 같은데요.
잠깐이면 돼요. 저들었다니까.
Speaking of crazy moms.
Yeah. I'd have run up and kicked her in her face.
누가 찾아왔는데? 안녕하세요, 어머니.
Oh my gosh. She drinks it like water.
그래. 동훈이 좀 학교에서 쫓겨나게 해주시면 안 될까요?
She already betrayed her daughter once.
평생 돈 잘 버는 직장을 왜 쫓아내?
어차피 그 돈 어머니 못 쓰시잖아요. 학교만 그만두게 해주시면 되니까 그때랑 비슷한 상황이에요, 어머니.
어디 근무하는데? 설마 3명 쉬는
아,
어떻게 하세요?
너 안에 있지? 너 여기 있는 거 다 아니까.
거기 아무도 안 살아요.
내가 다 알고 어떤 거.
oh,
왜 부셔? 내가 뭐야?
brings me flashbacks.
Dude, well, I guess, you know, it's like a comedic portrayal of like a alcoholic compared to like the druggy.
I was talking about flashbacks of getting hit by a broom. One thing I noticed is obviously her hair was all mangy and black.
Right.
First thing she does after she gets money is color her hair back to orange.
봄에 왔을 땐 너 여기 안 산다던데?
왔었어? 여길?
나 네 엄마야. 핏줄이 그렇게 쉽게 끊어지니?
성공했네 박연지. 날 상대할 새 고데기를 2개나 찾았어.
And it's interesting to see that she's the only person who can elicit a reaction out of
Right.
Do-Hyun.
친구예요 원장님. 같이 있어도 되죠?
해봐. 운동 얘기 뭔데?
네 남편이랑 바둑 둔다.
근데 네가 그걸 어떻게 알아? 모시고 살 가방을 왜 사그라게?
이건 돈 많은 어떤 유부남이 사준 거거든.
잠깐 비켜드릴까요?
아, 괜찮아요. 갈 거예요. 오늘 좀 예민한 날인가 보네요.
맞아. 나 그날이야. 그날도 그래서 못 잤잖아. 네 남편이랑. 이거 사준 유부남 네 남편이라고. 네 남편이 그러더라. 운동은혜랑 바둑 둔다고. 그때 확 딱 불어버리는 건데 내가 입술 끝에 정을 뒀네.
꿀꿀한 날 저도 생각해 볼게요.
She's crazy. She's so hateable. It's amazing. She's awesome.
Yeah, she really did an incredible job with this.
박 팀장. 오늘 당신네 팀에서 하우스 급습 나갔지?
Hey, fellow watchers, don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on our Patreon. Links are in the description below. And now back to our program.
내가 너 다신 카드 잡지 말라 그랬지. 너 무슨 돈으로 갔어?
Sorry, they got the money from Do-Hyun.
차량 사고가 났는데 그 돈을 받았다. 똑똑한 새끼들을 쓰면은 뒤통수를 치고 니들 같이 병신들은 앞통수 걸고. 이래서 내가 경찰을 못 그만둬. 인연 들어오면 갚는다고. 내가 갚는다 했잖아.
계산이요.
에이 진짜 이 쌍년.
손님한테 뭔 지랄이야? 방문 못 드려 죄송해요 사모님. 연락 부탁드립니다.
So I guess she was there just to...
Make sure she's not
Make
dead.
sure- Yeah.
Like that her husband didn't kill her.
말이 맞았어요.
Yeah.
박연진이 절 찾아냈어요.
You're right. She called it.
제가 실수를 했어요. 사진 한 장이 없어졌어요. 박연진이 이모님의 존재를 눈치챘을지도 모르겠어요.
She's here.
And
She was one step ahead.
she took out the camera from her... Was it a camera?
Yeah, it was a camera. So when she dumps
Yeah,
out her
she took out
purse,
the-
it's not in there.
그래서
Yeah.
일단 핸드폰 끄고 무조건 선화 태우고 달렸어요. 우리 선화 좀 부탁드려요. 다시 핸드폰도 켜고 박연진의 눈에도 띄어야 하니까. 저는 오늘부터 박연진의 사람이에요.
I was so relieved when I'd seen this the first time to know that she didn't go over to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
내가 안 보이면 아빠가 우리 엄마 죽일 거예요. 엄마랑 나 도망가면 외할머니랑 이모도 죽이겠다는 사람이라고요.
엄마를 믿고 기다려.
So that's another reason they couldn't run away. He threatened their other family members.
유학을 가서 죽어라 공부해. 네가 지금 낼 수 있는 유일한 용기는 외면이야.
오빠 혜정이 만났더라. 왜?
왜?
과거는 과거고 미래는 미래잖아. 난 이제 다른 길이 없어.
나도 그게 궁금해서 너한테 다른 길이 있을지 없을지.
그걸 왜 하필 트레이저! 그래서 혜정이가 뭐래?
그럼 누구한테 물어?
꼭 이래야겠어? 정말 저쪽 편에 선다고?
내가 서 있는 곳은 예솔이 옆이야. 넌 우리한테 조금도 미안하지 않아.
진심으로.
He shaved the dog.
백화점 좀 같이 가줄래? 좀 많이 어려.
여기서는 못 골라?
초록인지 빨강인지 구분하라고. 씨발 크리스마스라 다.
Okay, I see.
Right.
어디까지가 별일인데? 연진이 남편 왔다 갔어 혼자.
우리 이거 얼마나 보관해? 지운 건 없지?
30일 보관인데 10월 19일부터 그 전까지는 없어. 한 번 포맷했어. 연진이가 지워달래서.
Now he's becoming suspicious.
손명호를요? 묻더라 원장님이. 까먹고 있었는데 경찰이 손명호 일로 찾아왔다니까 생각나서. 경찰이 주여정 선배를요?
지난번에 부탁하신 거요. 안치실에 누가 찾아오면 말씀해달라.
네, 여잔가요?
아니요, 남자였어요. 연락처.
직접 대면한 적은 없고 핸드폰 번호만 갖고 있었는데 그러고 한참 지나서 전화만 한번 했었어요.
전화는 왜 하셨습니까?
그땐 제가 서울 주병원에 근무할 때인데 주병원에 오래된 시체 하나가 있거든요. 가족들이 수사 결과를 인정 못해서 아직도 인도 거부 중인 상태고요. 근데 방문자가 있다고 해서 가족인가 했는데 그게 손명호 씨였던 거죠. 근데 제가 전화한 게 무슨 문제라도 있나요?
손명호 씨와 마지막으로 통화하신 게 선생님이시거든요.
그렇게 들으니 되게 수상하네요. 농담인데.
Cop's gonna play a part. He should probably go looking into the whole body and all that. It's gonna link back up to the story that she was saying.
손명호를 내가 찾길 바랬네.
So he's realizing that it wasn't Myeong-Ho that sent him the picture.
Right. He knows she's after his wife.
He's starting to put things together.
남자들은 어디까지 용서해요?
보통 남자들은 내 아내나 여친이 자연미인이길 바라지만 나만 모른다면 쌍수든 양아기든 신경 안 쓰죠.
이미 알아버렸다면요.
그럴 땐 필러가 답이죠. 아름다움은 유지되지만 시간이 지나면 사라지니까 시침뚝이 가능하거든요. 들키기 전까진.
I really liked that conversation
진짜 그런 거 어디 한번 보죠. 수면으로 할게요.
because he obviously knows what she's talking
Right.
about, but he keeps it all as a plastic surgery
Right.
reference,
네, 그럼 좀 주무세요.
and at the same time, telling her just keep going.
Right. She looks good. She looks really good there.
She does.
Wow.
She looks so good there.
그래서 3명씩보단 서울로 잡았어요. 연진이와의 사이는 들었어요.
글쎄요. 다 들었을 리 없어요.
What's she gonna do?
Show all the scars to him too.
10부터 거꾸로 세보세요. 10.
I think they jack up her face. Is that part of the revenge? That's crazy, dude.
Sleeveless. You're right.
Oh. Hey.
Dang, man. That goes beyond it's just a misunderstanding between us.
아, 혹시 그거 아세요? 공기를 다 안 빼고 주사하면 사람이 죽을 수도 있다는 거. 손명호 씨 어떻게 하셨어요?
Oh man. In her most helpless state.
So now we get to see what happens. 11:13.
뭘 봐?
1분. 내 인내심. 녹음이라도 따고 있었나 봐.
뭔 소리야? 야, 이 씨.
협박을 하려면 성이라도 보이던가.
이것도 별로야? 윤소희.
그게 누군데?
아, 쌍년.
They love that
윤소희
word.
시체 아직도 주병원에 있더라? 그날 그 옥상에 너 있었잖아. 거기 너 있었다는 증거가 지금 여기 있거든.
야, 씨발! 이러면 흥정이 빠르지.
왜냐면 진짜 거기 있었네. 현금 줘. 10억부터 시작해보자.
He asked her for just about a little under $1 million there.
이거 귀한 건데 연진아. 이거 쓰게 해주면 한 1,000만 원 깎아주고 안 쓰고 그냥 싸게 해주면 1,000 더.
Ooh. Advice for anybody: if you're gonna do something like this, don't turn your back on the person you're threatening.
Oof.
That's a really strong bottle.
그래서요? 그 다음엔 어떻게 됐어요?
That's awesome.
깨셨어요? 박연진 씨?
I would have been very tempted to do something to her face.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were gonna do. Oh man. They should have kept the doctor hidden a little bit longer for their plan, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, like how? What do you mean they should have kept it hidden longer?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not like they're ready to like spring the trap apparently, you know, but now she knows like his face and where he works and everything, you know. That makes
But-
it uh-huh.
But the argument could be she was under, so everything could have. I mean, that's obviously something she did is beat the crap out of Myeong-Ho and kill him. So
Right.
what if that was just her dream, right? While she was under,
That's true.
there's still
That's
nothing
true.
connecting the doctor.
Right. That's true. Yeah, I mean it's I think we had predicted that it was, or you know, at first I thought it was
Chejun.
yeah, it was like
Yeah, I remember first you said it was probably Chejun that killed him.
right. And then later when they showed the shoes, and then I think it was still pretty clear that it was her, even though they tried to give like make it like kind of a little bit more mysterious because like all the women have the same shoes or whatever. But
Yeah, I don't think they try to hide that fact too much. It
Right.
was just a little bit of to
Right.
make you question it.
So we see that she's capable of like of murder even as an adult, having ties with cops, with gangster friends or whatever makes it easy, I guess, to cover that up. But yeah, and so then at first, all right, and so she erased all the footage because first of all, it could cover up the affair that she's having with Chejun, and it erases any evidence of her having been there to meet Myeong-Ho that day, right?
Well, I mean, it erases a video of her bludgeoning him in the head with that bottle.
Right. I mean, do they film inside the dressing room as well? It didn't seem like they actually
You know what? Let me go.
Like when he was
Let me
watching
look
the
at the
footage, there was like
security.
4 cameras, and I can't. I was
Yeah.
trying to see if one of them was a dressing room, but it seemed like it
That's what I
wasn't.
was-
Yeah.
Let me look for that. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for a camera to be in the fitting room.
Right.
So you're right. I wasn't even thinking about that. I just because I don't see that as a fitting room. To me, my mind keeps thinking of that as just like a lounge.
Right.
Are you able to get back in?
Yeah, I saw it. So it's different angles of inside the store and then like the parking lot.
The parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Like it would be completely illegal to have a camera in the fitting
Right.
room.
Yeah. And I was thinking like if there is one in there, that's like what is he like? I don't know, man. Like watching himself like
Even
getting
even
it
more
on
of a
with-
creep.
right. Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. It would show her. It would show Myeong-Ho coming in, and then it would show her in there,
Right.
and then her leaving by herself,
Right.
and yeah, it would point to that evidence.
Right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, cool. So we're seeing more of all the mysteries are getting resolved, right? One that was like kind of plaguing me was if you know, like the lady really switched sides. Right. But we know that she's still like working with
Dong-eun.
right, Tongwon. And I think right now, even though I feel like the husband, like, it seems like he's kind of like gonna side with Tongwon. I think that's gotta be the thing. Like, is that he it would be just way too easy. Like ruining. Oh, maybe not. Convincing him to leave her would rob her of her dream of being the perfect wife and perfect mom, right? Um, so maybe
But
that's
I think though,
uh,
logically, thinking realistically, we can see, oh yeah, go on Donghyun's side and leave her, but someone you've been married to and have loved for 10 years or whatever, it's probably not the even if I was married to somebody for a decade and I find out all these things about her, it would still be hard for me to just be like, all right, I'm out, you're done, kind
right.
of thing. So with episode 10 now,
Hmm.
what do you think is gonna happen? She wakes up right at the end of the episode. She wakes
Right.
up and she's freaking out, right? Because she has her vision, her dream or whatever about killing Myeong-Ho, and then she hears she hears a voice.
Right.
Tell me what happened next. So what do you predict is gonna happen?
I think homie's gonna pass it off as like, oh, like you were just asleep. I don't know what you're talking about, or something like that. Maybe kind of implying like, oh, you told me some stuff, but enough where she can't be sure. And I think that's why I was like, oh, they revealed him too early, because then she may try to like go after him somehow, thinking that he's like, he knows something, But but I don't know how they're gonna play that out. I'm not sure. Maybe she's gonna like have the police look into him, and then they're gonna find out that Dongwon is staying at his house, and then they're gonna and then they're gonna come after them all. But then like if it's like a money war or whatever, then his family's gonna like also has like money to back them up. I think this whole thing's like basically like it's gonna be like at a certain point, money can only get you so far. Then it's gonna be like tenacity or whatever, and that's when Tongwon's like crazy like scheming or whatever is gonna come out on top. And she's employed like other pores to like help her here and there, right? And so it's like, oh, you might have all the money in the world to like hide your crimes, but the tenacity of the poor is gonna succeed in the end, or something like that. I think that's gonna be
Yeah,
the message of the story, right? Like the rich might like shit on like the poor people, but the poor people will get back at you by uniting or whatever, something like that.
well, it's not all poor. The doctor's rich, so
Right. Yeah, that's true.
what I did like
Mhm.
at least here is they showed a little bit of weakness for Tongan, right? She made some mistakes.
Right. Yeah.
She left um Hyuna. She left Hyunam's husband's picture up on the wall for and Yeonjin found it. She also didn't expect Myung-ho to actually turn on her,
Right.
right? So some things did go out of her calculation.
Right.
So
But
I am glad it wasn't too perfect.
well, I mean, even the leaving the husband's picture on the wall or whatever, like um uh but she like corrected that like right away, which makes it seem like it wasn't even really like that big of a mistake, I mean, it was,
Yeah, I mean
but she corrected it
that,
so fast, like it's like it almost still feels like very Mary Sue-ish for her to like have
yeah, I mean
recovered so fast.
I agree with you. That's why I
Uh,
said it was just at least a little bit something small.
right,
Um, I understand why they did that because they wanted to at least give you that feeling that okay, Hyungnam is not betraying Donghyun, right?
right,
She's still loyal to the side,
right.
but yeah, you're right. It's not. It was. She recovered very quickly. She bounced back from even with Myung-ho, she bounced back from it right away.
Right.
Um, but at least they showed something, right?
Right.
Otherwise, it would have been just too perfect.
Right. I was thinking because the purpose of the show is basically for us to like get our vicariously get our revenge, right? If
Yeah, live out our
Yeah,
fantasy.
I feel like if Tolan loses, I feel like this would be like the most hated show of all time, right? Right? I mean,
Oh, dude, if Tolman loses, I think the director and the writer would be killed.
And, like, I mean, so we're all expecting her to win, and so then it's like, well, okay, like just show it happen, man. Just show it. It
Yeah.
reminds me of like Ocean's 11, where
Hmm.
like all the things that seemed like they were mistakes were actually all planned. So in the end, when you watch the movie the second time, it's like they did nothing wrong. Everything was 100% perfect and planned, you know? And
Yeah.
but that's fine because that was the fun of it, is watching all these famous
Yeah.
people like do all this like cool shit and and just showing how smart they are and how
Yeah.
ridiculously prepared they were or whatever, you know? And
Absolutely.
maybe that's what this is too. Like when like the little like kinks that happen, like, oh, she already had that, like, you know, she's playing Go, right? She already, oh, if he puts his piece here, then I already know what to do about that, you know? So like, oh, they found the picture, fine. Hey, do this, do that, do that. So it never happened now, you know.
Mhm.
And now they're in a position where maybe they might even be in a better position now because Yunjin thinks she has like this girl on her side who's helping her, but you know, she actually doesn't, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like making that mistake actually like made her better off in a way, right? um
Could be,
you know.
yeah.
uh
Man, I would, if I can like see into an alternate world, I would love to see how people reacted if you wrote it where Tongan actually loses.
right. Yeah, I mean, the whole purpose of the show is to watch her win, right?
I think we would be seeing a lot of YouTube videos of people doing what those gamer kids do when they like throw their computer and break the TV and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I just like
One
figuring
thing
out
I,
who's
one thing
gonna.
I did.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
oh no no.
No,
I was just thinking like
figuring
the
out who's gonna
one
what.
thing is, where is the husband gonna side? That's like the one thing I'm
Mm.
not sure of. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one big question
Right.
throughout for me when I watched this. Right,
Right.
cause you can never read him.
Right. Right. I
Right.
think where he's gonna side is like one of the things that I want to know the most, and also like I was thinking like what kind of revenge could she really take from like you know, like Chejun, and from the girl who's trying to
Hye-Jung?
marry the rich guy. And I was thinking like, yeah, taking away the things that they love or whatever, right? Taking away the kid or whatever, taking away, you know, her lush life from like by you know, getting the husband to like not marry her or something. I was like, that's not enough.
Mhm.
And so this time though, in this episode, Byung was like, yeah, all four, you guys are all murderers. They're all murderers, right? And so then I think that must be the revenge then. If you get you know, one of them to say, or one of them gets found guilty of like murder and abuse and all that, then all the other ones will fall with them, you know. So then that could be like
Yeah,
the
maybe. I mean, Chejun obviously would be one of, because he's the one who gave her an alibi.
right, right. Yeah, so he's
Right,
gonna go
so
down as
he's
an
culpable.
accomplice. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
the others, you know, if they were there, then yes, they're accomplices too.
Right.
But
Um,
you know,
in the flashback, was
like
someone else there? I thought there was one other girl there. No,
the flashback,
when the
it was
girl's like
it's
jacket's
quick.
on fire and she's falling, I thought like
Yeah,
there was
it's
another.
quick jumps,
Uh,
but it looked, when I saw it, there was only two girls.
oh, okay, okay,
But again, it was very quick jump, so it could have been someone else back there.
right.
Um, and then, oh, what I was gonna ask you is on
Oh,
the episode 9, actually, you had said
mhm.
something. You said how with Yojong, his childish behavior is kind of symbolic with his dad.
Ah, I know. There's
Like his child.
uh,
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. What did you mean by that?
no, I think I was probably talking about my out of my ass for a second, but I was thinking it's basically like in order for him to kind of deal with like you know, the situation, like he has to
Okay.
yeah, present a certain thing. But you know, also like sometimes like when people like experience trauma, they end up kind of like stuck in that like a certain like age. And I was thinking all of that probably kind of plays into like the character that he's playing. I misjudged this dude like from the beginning. I was like, I don't like his face, I don't think his acting is good here. But I think like that's all part of the complexity of the character that I missed until like, you know, the later episodes. I think like when they showed how, like, you know, and also his dad was like a really good dude, probably like one of those like doctors who's like trying to make people feel like, you know, good and happy or whatever. I think he's really trying to do that. Is he's going through all this like kind of hell like in his mind, and like, you know, like this there's this like dead guy like falling around everywhere that he murdered in his fantasies or whatever. I feel like he's really trying his best to like kind of put forward this face, and maybe that's what accounts for me feeling like this dude is like such a bad actor, is because his character is the bad actor. His character is trying to show this face, but it's just like it's hard to buy it unless like like you just look at this guy and you're like, oh, he's such a happy guy. But for me, it's like no one could be that happy, and so I don't trust it. But I think it's because yeah, I think it's not him being the actor being a bad actor, but it's the character being a bad actor, right? That's how I'm gonna.
That's why the the first 7-8 episodes or whatever. That's why like whenever you would talk about him, I couldn't say anything even though I wanted to. Like, dude, this guy, so he's this, he's that, he's that. I'm just like, oh man, like we will find out more.
Yeah, man. Please, Mr. Man Guy, if you ever watch this, I'm totally misjudge you, bro. Like, yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, we're gonna end episode 10 here today. Again, thank you for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. This is a cut down. You can join us on our Patreon for full reactions. Anyone who is watching us on Patreon, we thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you.